Welcome to Creative Pages with Catherine. I'm Catherine. It's time for our Golden Harvest Sketch with Me sketch. And I picked out a sketch from 2020 and I will link it in the description box below so that way you can have a reference as to where I got it from. But this one, it just really drew me in because it has a folded page, and y'all know how much I love the folded pages. And we're gonna add a little bit of detail along here, and then we're gonna do a couple of mats. We're gonna add some stickers as well. But I just thought it looked like a really fun sketch to give a try to, working with our Golden Harvest paper pack. And then I've also pulled our Pyramid Keyhole Border Maker cartridge. For our folded page, I've picked the fall leaf with the pumpkin on the one side, and then it has the orange fall leaves on the opposite side. And I just really thought that this would be fun to fold over to accentuate our line going down, to have a little pop of extra orange going on. I mean, you can also do it this other way as well, but for me, I think I'm going to go this way. That way you can actually see a little bit more of the pumpkins, because I also picked a sheet from our Tone on Tone paper pack. And with that one, I picked this really beautiful red orangey page. We're going to make our mats, and on the back side, it's already lined. So this is going to also be our journal box. I love it when I can be frugal with my paper, as you all know. So we are going to go ahead and use that for our journal box. For our base, I'm going to use a sheet of our Canary cardstock. So let's go ahead and cut our mats first. Let me move my cardstock out of the way. And yes, you all will notice I do have my 13 by 13 mat down. I thought that would probably help when it's time for us to start folding things. So I figured, let me go ahead and get myself organized a little bit and have that out and ready. I usually eyeball things, but this way at least I can give you all a measurement while I'm doing that. So our first cut is at 6.5 by 12. And then I'm going to go ahead twice at 4.5 because I like being able to pop my 4 by 6 pictures. You could do 6.25 by 4.25. But I just like having that little extra pop of red showing as well. So that's what I'm doing this time. And then we're also going to cut a 4.25 by 4.25 for our third mat. And I'm kind of going to fussy cut this a little bit. This is going to be out of the orange part a little bit more. So 4.25 and 4.25 here. And there we go. So those are going to be our 3 mats for our pictures when we get to that point. And then I'm going to take this. Okay, our lines are running this way. I'm actually going to wait to cut this because I don't know how deep my fold is going to be, and I want to be able to measure the space to make sure that our journal box lines fit into the space nicely. So I'll save these 2 scraps. I'll save this extra piece just in case I need a different size, but I'm thinking we should be able to get it out of, especially this one. This one looks a little awkward for our sketch, but here it is again. You can see where the journal box kind of is here in this space. So we'll see what works out for us coming up. Just set this underneath here, and that is it for the trimmer. Go ahead and grab out your border maker, and I'm going to go ahead and punch 2 sides of this paper. Now let's see, I'm going to fold down, I think this way, so I need to punch, I guess this end. It doesn't matter. It probably doesn't really matter all that much, but it's good to kind of think about it, because when you have, I want my pumpkins to be the right direction on the page, and if I'm folding this way, we need to punch on this side and this side. So let's punch here and here. Okay, so when I punch first, at the top, and then we'll turn it left. To use our border maker system, you pull out that bottom tray to line up your paper. I will show you on the next one, but I'm going to go ahead and speed this up so that way y'all don't have to listen to me punch. Okay, so there we are. We have our keyhole punched, and I don't know if you all noticed, but when I did my punching for the second one, I started at the end that did not have the keyhole on it. So when I went to punch the first one, I punched from top to bottom. But then when I turned it, I punched bottom to top because I didn't want it to line up funny. I just wanted to make sure it all came out nice and straight. So if you want to try it the other way, you can let me know how it works out. Let me go ahead and clear off some of our... I might hold on to a couple of those for our card. We'll see if I wind up using that or not. We've got lots of little pieces this time from all those keyholes, I guess. I feel like I've got a confetti festival here. That's okay. You can always use them in a shaker card if you want to hang on to those. I am not going to today. You all have seen me use them before. You can watch some of my other videos if you like for that. All right, so let's go ahead and check out our sketch again, and you can see where the end of our actual designer page is about, looks like about 1/4 inch from the edge of our cardstock. So I'm going to line up, let me actually get this thing lined up nicely here. And then I'll go about 1/4 inch on each end here, but I'm going to add some tape runner first. And then we'll do our fold first. So it looks like this is maybe a couple inches in. All right, let's try this. Get this lined up first, roughly even. Go ahead and do our fold. And let's see, does that look like it's about a couple inches? I want to get it so our keyholes line up pretty well too. All right, let's try here. That's all right. And that one looks okay. Yep, so we basically have 2 of our keyholes sticking up on each end, so you can see the orange on one side and the pumpkins. Oh, I actually was going to fold it the other way, wasn't I? Uh-oh. Here we go. That's okay. Now all I have to do is follow my fold I already have, right? There we go. That's something that looks strange. I don't do that very often, but there we go. So now we have 2 on each end. We're going to line this up here. There we go. Let me grab my tape runner, and we're going to go ahead and start on this inside triangle. Just a bit there, and about 1/4 inch in is here and here, so it's right there. Am I looking straight? Let's hope I'm looking kind of straight. I'm not sure my fold was the straightest. Okay, wait, this is not straight. Oh, that's not straight either, is it? Okay, so sometimes the papers don't come off the thing exactly straight, so we're just going to go with it. We're going to make sure our keyholes are down. I'm actually going to grab my repositionable tape runner, and I'm just going to slide it up and under the 2 things here, the 2 keyholes at the top and at the side, so that way they do get stuck down as well. There we go. And now we're going to go ahead and place down our fold. There we go. Okay. All right. We have this down. I'm going to run this under again. I should have probably just run this on my parchment board, but I didn't do that, so we're just going to go ahead and do this real quick. And I guess I really don't totally need to line this up again because right now we're just going to go ahead and place our 2 photo mats, and they kind of have them underneath a little bit, angled and overlapping a tiny bit. So you know, when I do these things, I typically don't put the tape runner on it, so that way I can get my photos in nicely coming up. So I won't put tape runner on this other part. Looks like these 2 are layered over here, and then this other one's going to be on top of this other area, and that's kind of going to be going at an angle as well. So let's get those down as well. I'm going to probably put this one under because I can feel it catching a little bit of the tape runner from underneath. And then that way when I go to trim my photo, I actually might not use the whole 4x6. I may actually go ahead and trim that one down a little bit. This one is also at an angle. Okay, so not on this side, but this side is okay. There we go. So that one's going in this way. Make sure it stays actually on the page, which is always nice. We're going to put this down over here, also at our angle. And finally, we're going to get to cut our journal box down, and it's going to come in behind and underneath here a little bit. So let me grab my 0 centering ruler. And it looks like we've got about, let's see, 5 inches that we can work with. Well, actually, this is a little bit low. So 0's there. Let's go 4 inches by what's left here, about 3, 4. So 4 by 4. Look at that. Okay, grabbing out my trimmer again real quick. We're going to get 4 inches here, and there we go. Nope, it was 4 by 3. Sorry about that. I will correct that. Coming up, let me put my tape runner on. And this is going to go kind of behind here and down a bit. So it's going to be a little bit over our pumpkins. It's going to cover up a couple of our keyholes, but that's okay. Looks cute. So far, so good. I'm going to pull out my stickers, and we are going to add a few to this page. I have this Pumpkin Kisses one that I love the idea for the top of this page. Let's grab a couple small foam squares to put under it and give it a little bit of height on the page. Since it's kind of our little title, this would be great for, you know, kids visiting a pumpkin patch. Those kinds of pictures. And then we also have this big old green pumpkin here. And I think that's just going to really round out this end here. And whether I want to put it above, I am going to put it a little bit up and over here. Just directly on the page, but I want to add a second pumpkin with it. So we're going to go with this one, this yellow one, because that one also will pop coming off of this page. And it gives us a little bit of a contrasting color to work with as well. Let's add maybe a little star. I need to put a small foam square under this one because it's going to go up kind of where our picture is going to go. And then that way, this is kind of a little trick I use when I'm putting these pages together. That way I can get my picture in easily later. If it's on a foam square, I don't have to worry about it. I can just slide my picture right in underneath there. And so we have our pumpkins, we have our fold, we have our Pumpkin Kisses, which needs a little something else by it. You know what? We have a couple more of these little floral stars. So let's go ahead and add a couple up here by our pumpkin kisses and just give it a little bit of extra color boost at the top of our page here. There we go. Well, if you decide you want to add, I think that's fine to have my title up here. I do tend to move things around a little bit based on whatever I feel like they should go on the page. Like I said, go ahead and check the description box for the actual link to the blog post where the sketch came from. I know it was 2020, but I don't want to tell you the wrong day. My computer had a small issue, so I didn't actually get it written on the sheet, and so I need to go back and find that for you all, but I will definitely link it. And there it is. Here is our pumpkin page with our adorable pumpkins on the bottom, a really, really generous journal box, and a really fun kind of touched up folded page with our pyramid keyhole border maker added. I will be back in a few minutes to work with some of our scraps. We didn't have a lot of scraps to make a card because we obviously had a folded page, but I did pull a couple of these. I may have to pull a couple extra stickers, or I may have to add something. We'll see. But we will have a card here shortly. Welcome back. I am now ready to put together our scrap card for our Golden Harvest sketch with me. And I've pulled out my sticker sheets because we had this bigger piece that I've now cut down to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 to cover up our blank card front here. So let's go ahead and get that on. And then I also have pulled out this little scrap because I want to highlight one of our stickers on there. But first, I want to use one of our border stickers, which this one is the same sticker that we had, essentially the same flower that we had on our layout. And it's got these little diamonds that you need to make sure pop out from in between each of these flower pieces. So let me make sure. No, I still got a couple that are missing here. But I want to run these flowers across the top and the bottom of my card to add some extra interest. I'm going to grab my microtip scissors because, of course, they can cut stickers all day and not get gooped up because of their special coating that they have on them. And here is the second one. There we go. All right. I have 2 little stars left. Uh-oh, I missed one of the inserts here. I can see it. Let me see if I can actually get it using my multi-purpose tool. Maybe not. It kind of slid under. I guess it's okay. You don't necessarily need to see it, but there you go. I'm actually going to go ahead and cut these, these last 2, because I don't know what else I would really use it for. And I think we're going to work it into this card, but for now I'm going to just stick it on the remaining part of the sticker sheet, because I want to place this piece running through the middle of our card, and it just worked out to be just the right size to fit in the middle with the stickers. Here we go. And we have a autumn fall leaf that is just gorgeous, and I think that's going to be in the middle of here to say, again, this is just going to be another all-purpose card. It can be used for any occasion. Maybe it's a celebration of autumn or fall, that the leaves are coming. Say hello to one of your friends, invite them to coffee or a get-together at your house, whatever you want to use it for. So I put some large foam squares on the back of there, and that pops up our autumn a bit, and we still have, let's see, how's about we place one of those extra pieces from our border sticker up there and one down here to add, again, just a little extra interest. I was looking at possibly adding our acorns that are also on our sticker sheet to add a little extra color, but I don't know if that's going to make it maybe a little too busy. Oh, maybe not. Let's just go ahead and pop those on since we've got, it also adds a little bit of extra color to our card as well. You can see what it looks like now. I saved a couple of the pieces from when we punched out our pyramid keyhole border maker, but that definitely is going to make it way too busy, so we are not going to use those. And then we also have these two pieces. Well, this piece I'm probably going to wind up using as a journal box on a page because I love the lines. And this one I'm actually going to go ahead and insert into the card. Although I guess because we have our card running this way, it doesn't make sense to run it in that way. So I'd have to cut it down, so we're not going to use it. I thought it might be fun to use this on the inside because it's the exact 5.5. Maybe we do go ahead and put this on the top. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's put this on the top on the inside. And how's about we go ahead and put this little birdie on the branch with our other acorn, because again, this will add just a little more color and interest inside our card, and the acorns especially will repeat our little acorns we put on the front. Oh, I missed a couple of little pop outs from this as well. There we go. Those are just going to get tucked in using the pointy end of my, well, that one came out. The other one got somehow slipped under, so that's okay. So long as you don't see it and you get that little cutout out, there you go. So that's the inside of our card. Here is our card front. And I hope you all enjoyed seeing these gorgeous projects using our Golden Harvest collection. Here's our page again, based on our sketch. And here is our card. Until next time.